What's up everyone? Welcome to another video. In this video, I will be talking about a FUMOTO oil drain valve failure that ruined my car. The oil leaked out, the engine ran dry, and now it knocks. It's game over for this engine, and I'm getting rid of this car after I finish this video. First, I will say that I've had these valves on 4 different vehicles for over 5 years. They have been great for easy, clean, tool-free oil changes, and I will still use them and recommend them under the right conditions. This issue was the result of an unfortunate stack-up of unordinary circumstances. Let's do a very quick recap on these valves. To open it, the lever has to be rotated 90 degrees, but there's a plastic safety clip that needs to be pulled off first. Next, it cannot be rotated yet. The lever sits in a spring-loaded safety slot, and it needs to be pushed up against the spring before it can be rotated. Now it can be rotated, but it takes some force to move it. It's not just going to flop open. And now it's open for oil to flow. I thought this was a pretty bulletproof design, with multiple safeties in place, but I'll show you what went wrong. So the valve we just looked at is the F-type, which is a straight pass-through, and when installed, the lever is up and out of the way. At this time, I have no concerns with this design, and I would happily use it and recommend it. Now, the other type of valve is the SX type, which has a smaller profile and allows 360 degrees of rotation for tight clearance installations where the F-type won't fit. And this is where the trouble begins. Here's an example where the F-type won't fit for installation, but the SX type does, and you can tighten it down in any orientation. Awesome, right? Now this is not the vehicle in question. This is a different vehicle with the SX valve. When I installed it, this was the most efficient orientation, and the lever is still tucked up here behind the oil pan, and I feel good about it overall. And that gets us all caught up and back to this car with the SX valve installed. First, we'll take a look at it from this angle to see the installation. And crawling under the car, here it is. Again, this was the most efficient orientation when installing it, and the lever is right here. Now we'll take a look at things from the front. And crawling under from the front of the car, here's the valve, and here's the lever, which is exposed. Now, the car was driving down the road on a nice normal day when, boom! It ran over some roadkill that was laying in the road. Not ideal, but it happens. And later that day, the car stopped running, and here's the actual footage from when it was pulled over and I started investigating. First I checked the oil dipstick and there was nothing on it. Then I checked underneath to see if there was an oil leak, and there sure was. And after closer inspection, that's when I realized it was leaking from the valve, and the valve was open a little bit. Taking a close look, the spring-loaded safety stop was working correctly, but the trajectory of that meat when it hit the valve pushed the spring lever up and pushed it back a little bit and opened it enough to leak. Now you may be asking yourself, what about the plastic safety clip? Where is it? What happened to it? It's been gone. It broke or got lost a couple years ago, and with the spring lock, I didn't think I needed it. But anyways, I closed the valve, refilled the oil, and drove it away. And here we are a few months later at present day, but starting up the engine, this thing knocks pretty bad. So, this engine is cooked, and now I'm going to get rid of this car. But don't worry, I'm not even that upset about it. This car has some other serious issues. Very quickly, it was in an accident, and the front right corner was crushed in. The bumper, radiator, and frame were all pushed in, and pulling the frame back out was not an option. Instead of scrapping the whole car, I removed the panels, got replacement panels from the pull-your-own-parts salvage yard, leveled up the bumper to where it should be located, cut and welded in some custom spacers to hold it in place. Looking good. And threw new body panels on it. For a couple $100, it's usable, but the radiator is pushed in and shaped like a banana, so when that fails, it's game over. The battery is pushed back, which pushed the fuse box up and back, and there's a battery tray in the wheel well, which does not belong there. So the engine knock is kind of a welcome reason to get rid of this car and move on. But if this happened to one of my other cars, well, this would be a different kind of video. Anyways, now you know the story. I still think the FUMOTO oil drain valve is a beneficial and safe product, and I'll continue to use it. This was just kind of a stack-up of unfortunate events, and it's partially my fault for not using the safety clip, which is part of the product. I would recommend being cautious with the SX series, and definitely use the plastic safety clip. And I did look online just for fun, and saw that other people also think the safety clip is unnecessary. I would suggest otherwise. And yes, I did order a replacement safety clip for a different car that's missing it. I won't make the mistake of going without it again. It was only $3.17 shipped to my door, but it's worth the value of your car and the livelihood that your car provides. And that wraps this up, which is great because it's raining now. As always, I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe for more how-to and review videos. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. What's this? What is that? Come on.